Hi boys and girls. Today I'm going to teach you how to play Hit the Target. But before we do that, we're going to do a little bit of warming up. So first things first, we're going to do some quick looks. Let's see how you do. Did you get it? Hopefully you said 8 and you saw the 4 and 4 and then you know your doubles. So you said 8. Here's your next one. Did you get it? Move them over and you had 1 extra, right? So if you moved these 4 over, you had your tens frame and then you had 1 more. So hopefully you were thinking 11. Good. And the last one. So that one was another doubles. So hopefully you said 16 because you saw 8 and 8. Or you took these 2 and moved them over and completed your tens frame and then knew you had 6 more. So 16. Okay, good job. All right, so next we're gonna do some mental math warm up. Remember, mental math means you're doing it in your head. And we're going to be looking at tens. So take a look, see if you can get these. So all of your sums were tens, right? Your sum is your answer when you add. So all of them we were looking for tens and you were looking for a missing addend. This is an addend, this is the addend. The 2 numbers that you add together are called the addends and then you get the sum. So hopefully on this one you knew 5 and you knew to add 5 to it to get the 10 for the double. On the next one, hopefully you knew 7 plus 3 more is 10. And you know the reverse, right, is 3 plus 7 is 10 also. And then on the last one, if you knew 3 plus 7 was 10, hopefully you knew 4 plus 6 was 10. And then hopefully you know that turnaround too, that the 6 plus 4 is 10 also, okay? All right, so we're gonna kind of continue on with our tens theme. We're gonna be talking about multiples of 10 because that's gonna be important when you play the game Hit the Target, being able to think about your multiples of 10. So multiples of 10, you all know them. It's just 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So when you're looking at your number grid, right? Your multiples of 10 are the ones that go right down that side, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and then we could keep going. 110, 120, 130, over and over like that, okay? So here are your multiples of 10. And what you're going to be trying to do when you play the game, as well as when you do this little activity next, is you're going to try to get as close as you can to the multiple of 10. This is what I mean by that. So we're gonna start with this one, 31. I want you to think about what multiple of 10 is closest to 31. So if you think about it, closest to 31 multiple of 10 would be 30. Next one, 57. Think which multiple of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, which one is closest to 57? Hopefully you said 60, right? We don't want to go with 50. 50 is further away from 57 than 60 is. 60 is only 3 away from 57, so that's my multiple of 10 that's closer. How about 98? What multiple of 10 is closest to 98? So think, okay, well, it's probably between 90 and 100, but 98 is closer to 100. So hopefully you said 100. How about 42? What multiple of 10 is closest to 42? So think about them, and hopefully you said 40, right? Because 42 is between 40 and 50, but it's closer to 40. So we want to get to the multiple that's closest. How about 74? when you're thinking about 74, you should think, oh, I know 74 is between 70 and 80, but it's closer to 70, so that's my closest multiple. Last one, 19. Well, hopefully you know 19 is between 10 and 20, and it's really, really super close to 20. Okay, so when you play the game, we're going to be using multiples of 10 to get closer to our number. So when you're playing Hit the Target, it's on page 165 in your math journal, and it looks like this, right? And if you feel like you want to play more rounds, then you can have mom or dad make a copy of this before you start. And that's exactly what I did. I did a couple of pages. And you can see that I put a B on this one and I put an A on this one, because this one's going to be for player A, that's going to be me. And this one's going to be for player B. Come on, player B. And player B is Rachel. Sit down, Rachel. Okay, so when you're playing Hit the Target, what happens is the first thing you have to do, the first thing the two players have to do is agree on a 2-digit multiple of 10. So the numbers that I just told you, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So Rachel, what do we want our target number to be for our first round? Do you want it to be 60?
No, 70.
Okay, I can agree on that. Okay, so we're gonna put 70 on our paper. So we both wrote our 70 as our target number. Okay, now the second step is that I'm going to choose a starting number for Rachel. So, and I'm gonna write on her paper. So my starting number, I'm gonna write on her paper, do you have your phone? Is 43. So that's gonna be her starting number. Now you need a calculator to play this game. And if you don't have a calculator at home, you can ask mom or dad if you can use the calculator on their phone. So Rachel's job is to get from 43 to 70. So she has to add, right? Because she's going up from a smaller number to a bigger number. So she's going to choose something to add to 43 to try and get her to 70. So she's going to start by choosing a multiple of 10. What do you want to choose, Rachel?
I'm gonna add 20.
Okay, so I'm writing on her paper. She's going to use her calculator, and I'm going to write her change was plus 20. So now figure that out on your calculator, Rachel. What's your answer going to be?
43 plus 20 is 63.
Show them. So she got 63 when she checked. So now I'm writing her result right there where it says result, or her answer. So she's at 63. So now she has to think, what can I add to 63 to get to 70, the target number? So what are you going to add, Rachel?
I'm gonna add 10.
Okay. Add 10 to 63.
I got 73.
Oh, she got 73. I'm going to write it down for her. She went over her target number. Now she has to think, how do I get from 73 to 70? Oh, right this time. Be like, oh.
Minus 3.
Okay, check it.
Got it.
And she got 70. Okay, so she did make it from here to 70, and it took her 1, 2, 3 tries. Now I would go next, and Rachel would give me a starting number, and then I would use my calculator to do my figuring. So we're not going to do mine, but when we're done, we would check and see if it took Rachel 3 tries and it took me 3 tries, then we would tie. If it took Rachel 3 tries and it only took me 2, then I would have won that round. And then we can go to round 2, and then we can go to round 3. So to play Hit the Target, you'll need a calculator, a partner, a pencil, and your brain power. Well, and you might want to, like I said, you might want to make you might want to make copies of the page before you play. So if you want to play again, and actually you are going to play again tomorrow even as part of your math lesson. So make some copies first if you can, or just write, if you don't have a copier at home, you can just write down what you see on here on a blank piece of paper. So have a great time playing Hit the Target and using your multiples of 10. And have a good day, guys.
Bye, guys.